Week 2 of the NFL season has come and gone, and oh my gosh, we have a million quarterback injuries to talk about, games to overreact to, and games to preview. All that and more coming up on the Gridiron segment. Welcome back into the Gridiron, everybody. My name is Kyle. I'm joined by Tonio and Justin. We're going to be talking about all things NFL football. We've got an entire week 2 of games that we can react to, a bunch of injuries that are going to seriously affect some teams moving forward, and a couple of really exciting games in week 3. Don't be fooled by the fact that the Bills are going to beat the ever-loving daylights out of the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. There are still games worth watching in week 3. Before we get into all of that, Vivid Seats is the single best ticket buying platform on the market. And let me tell you, if you're trying to go see your team this season and you're anything like me, you know your team's not going to the playoffs. So I've only got a few more opportunities to see the Bears lose a couple more games. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to get myself to Vivid Seats. I'm going to use the link in the description to save myself even more money. We're talking about guaranteed seats, the best prices you'll see on the market. So thank you to Vivid Seats for sponsoring this episode. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. There are a lot of injuries. We've got quarterbacks going down, Joe Burrow, J.J. McCarthy. Also, we've got some key skill position players like Aaron Jones, as well as like Jalen Johnson is going on the injured reserve. Justin, what is your reaction to all of these injuries? Obviously, Joe Burrow, we're not sure if it's season ending. It's looking like it's going to be a relatively short term, same with J.J. McCarthy, but Burrow hurt once again, and a lot of interesting pieces going down for Minnesota.
Welcome to the NFL, people. Welcome to week 3. This is the part where people start getting injured. And the fact that we have so many quarterback injuries, the one you didn't mention here was Jaden Daniels, which is probably one of the more significant ones, because without Jaden Daniels, the Washington Commanders offense is non-existent. They already lost Austin Eckler for the season as well. It's insane, but it's also going to be very interesting to see what these teams do. There's been a lot of talks about my Giants possibly in trade talks with the Cincinnati Bengals about maybe offloading one of our quarterbacks to them. I don't expect to see Joe Burrow until like mid-December, and that's if they're in the playoff picture. If they're not in the playoff hunt, just deactivate him for the season, start again next year. He's way too important to Cincinnati to do anything less. The skill position players is also interesting. Minnesota losing their starting running back and their starting quarterback is probably going to be the detriment, but it opens a door for their defensive coordinator. Why? Because that puts a lot of pressure on that defense. If they can step up, eke out a couple of wins, there's a couple head coaching spots coming up. All right. So Brian Flores, I need you to step up, because if we get rid of Brian Dable, I know we did you dirty in the past, but I need you to make that call.
Brian Flores has an opportunity to really show off in the next couple of weeks. Tonio, give me your thoughts on some of these injuries. They are stacking up for these teams.
Honestly, it's football, just like you guys were saying. The problem I have is Joe Burrow, man. He is – I mean, I get it. Their line, he was sacked since he's been in the league, he's been sacked the most next to Russell Wilson. But eventually it comes to a point where can you take a licking? I get it. Russell Wilson's been sacked a lot too, but he played a lot as well. So you can't just always blame it on getting up after the sacks. He is one of those guys that I call him Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, for as good as he is, he's always hurt. And it could be something minor. Now, I'm not saying this is minor with him, but it seems like every time he gets touched, something breaks or tears that you wouldn't expect. Even when he got sacked, I was like, wait, that's almost a season-ending injury? Now, it could have been, but it's like his body is so fragile. He either needs to leave or they need to stop paying the receivers. And I think I'll say this. I know they wanted to pay T. Higgins and they had to pay Jamar Chase and Trey Hendrickson, but they should have considered really buffing up their line. They should have just went all in on the offense, line included, because at this rate, we're expecting Joe Burrow to do what he did before by going to the Super Bowl, but he may not even make it to another 3 or 4 seasons if he keeps getting hit like this and he keeps getting injured. And these aren't injuries where he's gone for 2 or 3 days. He's going like the season. And now to get to J.J. McCarthy, the guy that I didn't believe in. I wasn't for sure about him. I know he was good in college and high school, but like I said, there was more run structure, even in high school. And he looked good against the Bears.
No,
but I
he
don't
looked good
think
in the
doesn't
fourth
count.
quarter against the Bears.
That doesn't even
exactly.
count.
But I don't know if he is really good. I don't know if you want to rely on him to be throwing the ball. He is a run-happy quarterback that's going to manage a game. If you expect him to do what he did to the Bears in the fourth quarter, you're going to have a problem. I do believe this was a chess move. I think he could have played, but I think they shut him down because the expectations is what Sam Darnold did. So now if Carson Wentz come in and he don't play good, what can they say? Oh, well, he was injured. I just don't believe in him. I'm going to see. But between him and Joe Burrow, there's some things to be talked about. I don't know if JJ is going to be the future for them. And Joe Burrow, I don't know how long he's going to even survive in the NFL at this rate.
And I just want to bring up one other injury that nobody's going to talk about because, everybody disrespects the offensive line. But Cooper Beebe, the center for Dallas, he's also on IR with, I think it's a toe injury, an ankle injury. That puts a hole in an otherwise pretty solid line. But it's the fact that you play in a division where like the defensive tackles are kind of the strength.
Yeah.
I'm hoping against hope that means that Grady Jarrett's going to have a really good day this week. Like that's what I'm hoping for, just for my own sake. But no, like y'all were saying, this quarterback injury slew between Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, J.J. McCarthy. I mean, we get the battle of the backups because Cincinnati and Minnesota are playing each other this weekend. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I think Minnesota, I'm going to be really watching Carson Wentz just to see. I want to see how the offense looks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we don't have a sports betting sponsor, but whichever one you use, take the over on Minnesota's defense for sacks.
Minnesota's going to have a day with that offensive line. I saw somebody say that Penei Sewell was always the right pick for Cincinnati. And at this point, it's getting harder and harder to deny that. Let's talk a little bit about the week that was. The Eagles beat the Chiefs. Yay. Chiefs are 0-2. They did not have to do much on the offense to beat this team. We've all seen the clip of the end of the game with Chris Jones.
You ain't even got 100 yards.
We won the game.
But let's be honest, none of us was shocked over that. Like seeing how the Chiefs are coming into the season, especially after week one, seeing the way Philadelphia has been, like, I'm surprised it wasn't worse.
Yeah, agreed. Philly hasn't been even playing their best ball, if you ask me. I think Saquon is kind of getting his way back into the system. Again, I don't think he's going to, do that 2,000-yard thing he did last year. But Philly didn't even play, to me, their best game. And they still beat Kansas City. I believe as good as Patrick Mahomes is, the league catches up with you just like they do everybody else. And again, I think I spoke on this last time. They need a reset. Chris Jones, they're going to double him. Their corners are, they're kind of suspect. Rashee Rice, everybody's waiting for him to come back. But who's to say he's going to even be the answer? We're assuming he's going to be the answer because he played couple good games last year when he got hurt last year, and then he unfortunately got suspended this year. So I think we're banking on when him and Xavier Worthy are healthy, they're going to be different. But who's to even say that? Teams are catching up. The Chargers are there. Denver is there. Teams are going to decide, do they want to? And then Pacheco, I didn't even bring up him. He's not running like he was. I think he's a new Marion Barber. They caught up with him because he can explode. Once he get in that, as they say, past that linebacker, his acceleration has never been fast. He's the guy who wants to get the touchdowns. If you stop him, they're basically saying Patrick Mahomes beat us, which I've never heard. And he is overthrowing some guys because he looks confused himself. Do they miss Eric Bieniemy? I'm starting to wonder because their defense the last 2 years was amazing. And it wasn't Patrick. So we'll see. But I don't expect a lot from them this year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with this. And I especially hearing from Giants content creators all around YouTube, they're saying like the strategy should be to take away the quick game and let Patrick Mahomes beat you deep, because he's been severely overthrowing anybody. He doesn't have the weapons that he had. And let me just say this. Seeing the way that the league has caught up to Patrick Mahomes, honestly speaking, gives me a whole new appreciation for Tom Brady. The fact that he's been able to just evolve with the game and always stay one step ahead.
Always learning. Always learning. Y'all already answered the question that I had for this, which are the Chiefs collapsing? They are. They really, really are.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we mentioned Denver catching up with them. That was the freaking worst ending. I know I live in Denver. I'm not a Broncos fan. I get all their games because I live here. And oh my God. Someone else take this, because what even was that?
I don't live in Denver, but from New York, which is on the other side of the country, I heard a Denver Broncos fan drop to his knees the second that flag came out. And I understood, because I had to watch another week of hearing that Daniel Jones won them a game. But can we just talk about the fact that you missed the field goal and got probably bailed out by the ref with the call for leverage? I feel like that is one of the most not even the fact that BS call because it didn't happen. No, it did happen. But BS in the fact that at that point in the game, you don't make that call. Let the play go out. You gave the Colts a second chance. I think the Colts, in my opinion, is the Cinderella story of the season.
Oh yeah. Gosh. To piggyback on that, Danny Dimes, do you know how bad it's going to look if they get to the playoffs and he's playing exceptional football? New York. I mean, at this point, I'm trying to figure out who is getting the worst black cat. Is it the Bears or is it the New York Giants? Because
No, it's the Giants.
It's the Giants.
It's the Giants, and let me tell you, because you can go down the list of every player who has left our team in the last handful of seasons, and guess what? They've had excellent seasons after. Xavier McKinney, Saquon Barkley, Daniel freaking Jones. Will Hernandez has carved himself a career with Arizona as a guard. You can say the same thing for even years past. Jonathan Hankins. Insert former Giant here.
Yeah.
And they have been able to either have a prolonged career or a very much better next season.
Is it a Dayball problem?
No, it's just a Giants problem, because this is even before Dayball.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going to put that down there.
Either way, kudos to the Colts, though. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't have been in that position. Bo Nix is, again, he's, second year slump. Him and Jaden don't look good right now. I do believe that the Broncos defense will still have them in the games, and Bo will make some plays because I think they're still good, and they technically could have won that game regardless. But kudos to the Colts, and kudos to them deciding to go with Daniel Jones. Who knew?
But can we talk about the game that didn't happen according to Kyle, which is the absolute ass whooping that was Chicago and Detroit?
What game?
It was going so well. It was going so well.
Oh my God. You know what? I take back everything I said last week about Dan Campbell and about the Detroit Lions, because I think they heard what everybody has been saying and said, I'm not going to let you leave my team and then come back into my building and act like you run things.
He obliterated them.
No, it was completely one-sided, and the saddest part is that, my biggest takeaway from that game was, everyone who's kind of overreacting right now had too high of expectations for the Bears. An 8-9 win team, maybe. And this schedule is completely unforgiving. The first two teams we played had 14 wins last year.
Yep.
And not for nothing, Caleb in the first two games last year played one of the worst teams in the NFL and put up really crap stats. And I'm seeing improvement. I'm seeing growth. I'm not seeing an easy schedule or winnable games for a playoff push at all.
Kyle,
So
I have a question though about Caleb Williams, and you'll know this better as a Bears fan. So I'm hearing around the rumor mill that Caleb Williams has this problem that his game gets progressively worse each quarter. Is that true? Like he plays really well in the first quarter, okay in the second and the third, and then terrible the fourth. Is there any truth behind that?
no, because last year the argument was he doesn't start playing until the fourth.
So they're just like flip-flopping it.
Yeah, because last year there were no first quarter, first drive touchdowns for the Bears, and now it's the opposite. So I'm like,
okay,
you got pick one.
And I have to say this for the clip. So whenever we clip these and put them up on TikTok and whatever, the fact that the Bears got whooped so bad that the defense on an interception or a turnover decided to pull one of Ben Johnson's plays as a celebration.
Oh my God! I mean, well, I'll say this. I don't know, so I still can't judge the Cowboys, even though I think they'll beat the Bears. But I can't judge it, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears either made it a game or win. Because I don't believe in Dallas yet. And then they play the Raiders. Geno Smith is coming back to the Jets. Geno, he looked absolutely terrible. So we'll see how those games measure up, because they have 2 games, then they have a bye. They have Washington after that, and Jaden may be out. So they may get some favorable games, well, depending on how Dallas play, the next 3 games, including that bye in between. And who knows? I think Caleb is too much of a backyard football player. I still don't think he's figured out to throw the ball away. I think he still believes in his mind he could win every play. And in the NFL, you cannot win every play. And as a great quarterback, when you learn, I lost this down, I'll get the next, that's when you've arrived. A lot of quarterbacks that were good in college, they didn't figure that out. That's why they're not in the league. They might have had the talent, but they didn't throw the ball away. Simple things like that keep them safe from being hit and keep the drives alive. Caleb has to figure out and has to learn to say, I lost this down, but I'll get them next down. Until he does that, because he doesn't look bad. He just looks like he's confused on what he should do when he doesn't see anyone open. Once he decides to give the ball up and throw the ball away, or even take a check down, I think the Bears will be okay. But they can't survive with the way he's playing now.
Definitely need a better running back. All right, open it up. Anything else you want to say about week 2 before we do our rapid fire 4-game picks?
Fuck my defensive coordinator on my team. I had such a good time watching that game, and to watch it get snatched away from me because Shane Bowen, and you know what? I'm going to say it. The Giants are scared to play football. The Giants play scared. They've been playing not to lose for the last 2 years. How did you get in this game? How did you get so many deep shots, so many chances to win the game? You had 2 possessions in overtime. And what really made us lose this game is the fact that with 25 seconds left in the game, Shane Bowen decides, I'm going to send all my people 20 yards back, forgetting that the kicker can kick from freaking 80 at this point.
Cam Little can hit 70, so.
And I'm sick of it. You know what makes me even more sick of it? It's the fact that if you look on the stats on like ESPN, like who's the league leader in certain categories, we have the number 1 quarterback in terms of passing yards, the number 1 and number 6 receivers in terms of receiving yards, the number 1 defensive player in terms of total tackles, the number 4 player in terms of total sacks for the season. And we are still the 32nd ranked defense, and we are still 0-2. Tell me how the fuck this makes sense.
Russ throwing that bomb was stupid. It's like he topped out, because that pass was terrible. And he played so good, and it looks like he just threw the ball like, all right, I'm done. It's like he couldn't play anymore because it just didn't make sense on how good he was playing earlier versus when he threw that pass. It looks like a rookie or something giving up. It was weird. It was weird.
It was weird. He wasn't being rushed. Because I will say, once we took James Hudson off of this field, and I'm surprised we haven't cut him yet, the offensive line was decent. He didn't have pressure in his face. You could have threw the ball away. It was only second down. Live to fight another day. Or at least go for the tie. Threw it just out of nowhere. Malik Neighbors is like 30 yards away from it. And it just punt return type interception. So I'm tired of this. And the fact that I got to go into Sunday Night Football and watch them face the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry, America. You do have to watch 2 0-2 teams on Sunday Night Football. I am sorry.
Well, that brings us right into our week 3 picks. We're going to be picking one morning game, one afternoon game. Unfortunately, Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. Starting off with our morning game, we got Pittsburgh at New England. Pittsburgh really bounced back in a bad way in week 2, and New England bounced back in a good way against the Dolphins. Tonio, starting with you, who you got? Pittsburgh at New England.
Oh man, this is tricky, man. Pittsburgh, no, Mike Tomlin is being put on notice. For years and years and years, they've been saying Ben Roethlisberger was old, and then they didn't have a quarterback, and all they needed was somebody to just represent the offense because the defense was so good. Aaron has actually been playing good. The first interception went through somebody's hands. The second one, he was trying to make something happen because they were down. Tomlin is going to be on a serious, and I think by the end of the season, a real serious hot seat if Aaron Rodgers is playing good and his defense is allowing 25 to 30 points a game. It's not, number one, they're all getting old, with the exception of TJ and Highsmith, but everybody is kind of getting old. But even still, they should be good enough to not be allowing 25 to 30 plus points a game. It makes no sense. So I would say this. If they don't get their act together, New England is going to beat them. And honestly, it could get to the point where New England might beat them by 10 to 15 points, depending on how bad the defense plays. And if, let's say, Aaron is not getting to DK Metcalf, who seems to can't get open, for all the hype he has and side, it's like he cannot get open. So depending on the game, they could be in trouble. And I would say by the end of the season, Mike Tomlin will be looked at like, okay, you had a quarterback that was comparable and you did nothing. We'll see. But I got New England. And I got it, honestly, I'm going to say 27-21.
27-21 New England. Justin, what do you think? Is the Pittsburgh Steelers defense dead in the water?
No. I think Mike Tomlin is that coach that, at least on the defensive side of the ball, will whip them into shape. I think this is going to be a very low-scoring affair. I don't see it going crazy, but I do see Pittsburgh winning it. I got it 21-17.
I would love that, by the way.
No, this is 2 defensive coaches right here, and I'm telling you right now, this has weird game written all over it in the best way. So for me, it's going to be 18-12, and there will be a defensive touchdown, nice. And New England's going to win the football game. Moving right along, we got an afternoon game that should be fireworks. We got Denver at the Chargers. AFC West action could be kind of crucial for the division early on. Justin, who you got between the Broncos and the Chargers?
I'll be honest, the Chargers can't do no wrong. But then again, they did lose Khalil Mack.
Yes.
For a significant portion of the season.
Yes.
With that elbow injury. So I don't see much in their pass rush right now without Khalil Mack in there. They may have some names back there, but I don't think so. Give me Denver. Give me I'm going to say, wow, what am I going to say? I'm going to say 27-21 for that game. I
like
think
that.
the offense will still put up points, but that defense without Khalil Mack, I don't trust it. I know. Sorry, Derwin.
Oh yeah.
No, Derwin's getting up there too. That's the thing. Tonio, who you got? Chargers, Broncos.
Honestly, I want to believe in Denver. I don't like the way Bo Nix has been playing. I do think not having Khalil Mack is a problem, but again, that sophomore slump is a real thing. He just doesn't look as, I would say, he was more action packed even when you didn't believe it. He'll run when he had to, he threw when he had to, and sometimes he'll run someone over. So I don't know if the coaches told him to be careful because, as you get further in the years, you don't want to get hurt. So I want to believe in Denver because I actually have them going to the AFC. I'm not gonna say it. I just have them going far.
Okay.
But I'll say the Clippers. Sorry, I was reading on Kawhi Leonard. I'll say that the Chargers will win, and I do believe they'll win 24-14 because I do believe in Justin Herbert. He's playing like a man possessed. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out in the playoffs if they get there, but Harbaugh is a great coach. He's a player's coach, and it's like when he gets behind you, you believe you can do anything. And last year, he was just a serviceable QB that was understanding how Harbaugh coached. Now it seems like he understands everything. Harbaugh believes in everything he does, and the sky's the limit for Herbert. Herbert looks amazing. So I got them winning by at least 10.
I'm pulling for Justin Herbert just because I want to see him succeed in the league. Yeah. But until he could show me something in the playoffs, he will be nothing more to me than this generation's Phillip Rivers.
I said the same thing.
Give me the Chargers. Nope. Give me the Broncos.
Remember, you live in Broncos country.
Give me the Chargers. Yep. Justin Herbert's just too good. Give me the Broncos.
There we go.
The offensive line for LA is injured. Losing Khalil Mack is a huge deal, and I think that Bo Nix not having to worry about that and being able to settle in the pocket a little bit more is going to be able to let him be the Bo Nix that we saw last year.
Go, Bo, go.
20-13 Broncos.
Ooh, low scoring affair.
Nick Benito's going to have a day. Nick Benito's going to have a day. Sunday Night Football.
Oh, my God.
It's a gross one.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, America.
Oh, my God.
Chiefs, but it's going to be ugly. I'm just going to jump right in. I don't even want to talk about the game. Chiefs, and it's going to be ugly.
It's on you, Justin.
You know what? I've been wrong on some of these predictions. So you know what? I'm going to say this in the hope I'm going to be wrong, but the chances are I'm going to be right. Kansas City wins 35-14, and we finally get Jackson Dart full-time.
I wouldn't mind that second part. 35-14, Tonio.
Yes. I will tell you exactly why. The back end of this defense cannot cover. If the front four cannot get pressure on that line, they will get carved up by Patrick Mahomes. And I'm saying this as a Giants fan.
McKinney or something.
Huh? I wish.
Tonio, who you got for Sunday night?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little scared of this game for the Chiefs. I'll put it like this. If the Giants played the Chiefs how they played last game, they win. That team that showed up against the Dallas Cowboys, they win. So if they found anything with Neighbors and Russell and gave Russell any type of confidence, even though that pass was horrendous, it could be scary if you give the Giants defense confidence that their quarterback can actually hang in a pocket and deliver to the right players. So honestly, I'm going to go 24-21 Chiefs, but I'm not sold on it because I don't believe in the Chiefs right now, man.
I'm going to be the pessimist, and I'm going to tell you why that won't be the case. Because Chris Jones and George Karlaftis are way better pass rushers than anybody Dallas had. So there's not going to be that much time in the pocket.
Chris Jones, yes. Karlaftis.
Yeah.
I said better than what Dallas has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
One last game, and it's a good one. Detroit, Baltimore. Tonio, talk to me about this one.
I think Baltimore wins 40-28. I just don't think Detroit matches up with Baltimore. And they're in Baltimore. If they were in Detroit, I would possibly say because they're indoor, they have a chance because they can fly around. But Baltimore is a really good team. They're a really good team. I mean, they were looking suspect in the first half against Cleveland, and Cleveland has an exceptional defense. And then they beat the brakes off of them. So I don't know, man. I think Detroit did what they had to do against the Bears. The Bears, honestly, they're a practice team.
Doesn't count.
Until we see anything different.
It's a D2 college team.
And I think Baltimore beat them bad last year or the year before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just don't know if Detroit can beat them or even make it a contest because I haven't seen anything to say that because when they went up against a good team with a good defense, not saying Baltimore's defense is good, but they can be good against certain players. Jared Goff looked bad. He looked like the Goff that they wanted to trade. So I would have to see something different to say it. Baltimore, in the meantime, is going to score points. And Derrick Henry had a horrible game against the Browns. I don't expect them to do that again. So I got a large score. I got what did I say, 40-21 or something like that? I forgot.
40-28.
Something like that. 40-28.
Yeah.
High score, no defense at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Justin, who you got Monday night?
This is going to depend on which Detroit Lions team are we going to get. Are we getting week 1 Detroit Lions or week 2 Detroit Lions? If we have week 2 Detroit Lions, I got them winning. And I got it high scoring affair. I'm going to say 35-28. I don't trust Baltimore in big games, like at all.
In the season?
I don't trust. We said that, and then look what happened in week 1.
Yeah.
So, but I will guarantee one thing to happen. Isaac Tesla will definitely get another one-handed catch for the 3rd week in a row.
1000%. And like you said, with the Lions, are you getting Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? We're going to find out. Truthfully, there's 3 things that I'm feeling really confident about this game. It's going to go to overtime. It's going to be really high scoring. And the Ravens are going to choke it away. And I don't know why. I know Lamar Jackson is fantastic against NFC opponents. All that business. Give me the Lions like 43-40 in overtime.
So we're just saying that we don't trust the defense at all.
Yeah.
No, not on either side. Not on either side.
I don't.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Are the Bears going to be asking for Tyson Bagent by week 6?
Bears fans are already asking for Tyson Bagent, and it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like,
do y'all think the Giants will trade Jameis Winston to Cincinnati?
No.
No. Nobody. Jameis, no.
Not a chance.
He's decoration.
Listen.
Locker
They'll
room
still
guy.
lose games, but at least it'll be entertaining. Like, just imagine him chucking it up there to Jamar Chase.
I actually think Browning is going to be okay.
Browning will be all right. He's done all right for them before.
Okay. And they're used to having reserve quarterbacks because Joe somehow is on the sideline again. So I think if they can survive till he comes back, they might be okay.
That's pretty much till like end of the season.
Exactly. So Browning could either get a good contract or it could stay being a second string.
It'll be exciting to see. Make sure you tune into week 3 of NFL football, and make sure you're following us, the House Called Gridiron segment, on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you name it, we're on it. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. Until the next time, that's been Justin, that's been Tonio, this has been Kyle. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, chatting about football. Peace.